Hey, this is Charlotte Patrick at Healthy Lifestyle and Spirit. Over the next couple minutes, I want you to stay tuned because I'm going to be dispelling some of the myths and misinformation that we have been given in regards to milk. Yep, that's right, I said it, milk. We've been taught our whole lives that milk is great for us, it's grand for us, and we absolutely need it in our lives to live a healthy life. It's what you've been taught by your doctor, it's what you've been taught by the food pyramids at school, your mom and your friends, everyone's told you. So stay tuned because I'm going to give you some information that you've probably never been informed about, and it's going to empower you to help, hopefully help you make better decisions in regards to your health and wellness and your children's health and wellness. So I'm glad you're here. Yep, so today we're talking about milk. I know you're all familiar with the dairy industry, and that Got Milk campaign started years ago, and there's this big influx and big push for us to consume dairy products, especially milk. So what can be wrong with milk or the entire dairy industry as a whole? Well, quite frankly, it starts with the USDA. The USDA has to promote an industry like the dairy industry while at the same time policing it. It's a very precarious arrangement. It definitely started back in the 1980s when the Reagan administration was spending a lot of money on health, so they actually cut some of those spending, and they filled the USDA with positions from people from the industries that they're supposed to monitor. So right there, we've got an issue. We've also got a conflict of interest in the USDA right now. It wasn't just in the Reagan administration. Not much has changed. But if you look at the appointed positions associated with the USDA, as well as food inspection offices and all that good stuff, you'll see that the people that hold those positions are former executives from some of the largest corporations and companies in the dairy industry, which it's scary, guys. If you know anything about Monsanto, they are a very strong, powerful company, and they've got people that have got a vested interest in making decisions at the USDA that keep Monsanto in business. This U.S. part of the USDA is definitely a revolving door. It is scary, and it would seem a more ethical and healthy way of running the USDA is to have unbiased, non-industry individuals regulating the quality of our food supply. I mean, that would seem like a pretty basic concept. But I know right now that you're familiar with the food pyramid, especially if you've got children. Food pyramids they're teaching them in health classes. They're all over the lunchrooms. They're trying to educate our children on what is quote unquote healthy for them to have a good immune system and fight disease and all this good stuff. But the food pyramid, they're now saying we need 3 servings of dairy products in every single day. Like it or not, I might be showing you some information that is going to be conflicting with that or maybe question it a little bit. So just bear with me here because I know that I might be bumping up against some of you that are got milk freaks, like me. I quite frankly years ago was drinking a gallon of milk almost every other day by myself. So, this definitely pushes me to my limits as well, but I'll tell you a little bit about my story in a second. So just stay tuned because this food pyramid is produced not by an unbiased outside, regulatory organization. This food pyramid that your children are learning about in schools was created by 11 people who sit on a panel, and 6 of the 11 have direct financial relationships with the food industry, including the dairy industry and the meat industry and the grain industry. So how is it that we would ever get an unbiased food pyramid on actual health benefits alone? Not that we're trying to promote an industry which is ran by large corporations who are all out for money. They could, quite frankly, in my opinion, care less about the health benefits. They're out to get the bang for the buck. So again, 6 of these individuals directly have ties, and they're going to do what's best for their bottom line. So what's in your milk? We've talked about the USDA and the issue with that, and given you some information that's probably jarred you up a little bit, like it did me the first time I learned about this years and years ago. But what is in your milk? What's in the ice cream and yogurt you're eating and the cheese that you're putting on pizza and the grilled cheese sandwiches and all that good stuff? And better question is what's in the milk your children are consuming at schools. This is really difficult because, we raise our children and we hope we give them good values and good morals and good decision-making skills. But, buddy, once they get out of the house, they can do anything they want in the lunchroom. I mean, they can get sweet tea or soda or water or milk if your school is offering it. Those teachers, have their hands full. They've got way too many students, in my opinion, and they are just tired. And they're not going to be policing your children the way you probably would want to in regards to your health. So we've got to empower our children and educate ourselves on really what is going on with the milk, especially. So let's talk about the milking cow. These cows are being given a drug called RBGH, and it's to boost their milk production, which there really is no reason for that at all, and we'll touch on that in just a minute. But this RBGH is really, it's harming the cow's health. You can see in this picture here that their udders are like 4 times the size of what they should be, and it's painful for them. And from a human standpoint of ingesting it, there's the LGF-1, which is a component of the RBGH drug. It increases breast cancer. And that drug is the largest selling dairy animal drug in America, and it actually not only causes breast cancer, but it's associated with other cancers like colon and prostate cancer. And if we take the conditions to the cow, that same drug is not only, harming us and giving us cancers, but the cows themselves have over 16 different adverse conditions that they could get, including having, overstimulated udders, which would have pus and antibiotics to fight the infections of them, being sick, that are going into your milk. So I don't know, when you look at a bottle of milk, a glass of milk, I don't know, the words pus and antibiotics don't sound too appetizing to me. I don't know about you. But those who have attempted to expose this type of information have been absolutely threatened by Monsanto. And if you don't know anything about Monsanto, definitely go and check out the resource video that I have on the website. And there'll be a link below this video that you can go to watch The World According to Monsanto. It'll definitely open your eyes to how powerful this organization is and how they are really, really doing some harmful things to our food source, which is very scary for future generations. So definitely check that movie out. But the scariest thing I think on this slide to me is that we are the only country in the whole world that has not banned this drug. The RBGH is banned in every industrialized nation in the world except for the US. That is absolutely scary, guys. So why do they need the RBGH anyways? They're saying that that's to increase milk production. Excuse me. But the milk production, you can see if you go into the shelves at the grocery store, there is no shortage of milk. We have got more cheese selection and more milk selection and more whipped cream selection, more butter selection. We've got more dairy products now than ever before. It is a huge aisle in every grocery store. Heck, it's even a big section now, typically in a lot of convenience stores. This RBGH is not needed in any way because U.S. dairy cows already produce an excess of milk where the government, your U.S. government, is spending your tax dollars over $2 million each year purchasing that surplus of milk as a subsidy to the milk industry. Seems a little insane to me. And in Germany, the veterinarians over there won't even administer this RBGH to cows because it violates their professional code of ethics, which, I mean, clearly we have a code of ethics over here too, but no one's paying attention to that. So these veterinarians in Germany, I applaud you for making the decision that's right for you. I just wish there was some connection here in the U.S. that possibly this is not the best thing for our cows or for the human consumption of dairy. So before I end today, I just want to leave you with 3 questions to ponder because, again, on this health journey, I want to show you some facts that typically aren't revealed in the normal, typical medical world. Like if you were to go talk to your doctor, I want to provide you with other information of people that are doing independent studies and they have no direct correlation to financially, gaining from the information they reveal. And then clearly they've revealed truths because, you've got major corporations like Monsanto that will want to go and sue. And, if someone's suing, that means there's a threat that they think you're right and that information is going to be revealed. I mean, it is just, it's a sad state of affairs. So I don't want to tell you the truth. I want to tell you truths that I think I'm finding, and then ask you to just get curious and question. Not in a bad way, but in a healthy way, because for years we have taken what our health professionals have told us, whether it's a doctor or a teacher at school or a nurse, And yet we are the sickliest nation in the world, folks. So there is something going on, and I think it's just a disconnect. So I'm going to try and just encourage you to start connecting your own dots. So here's question number 1. Is milk really that great for us, or is it just a billion-dollar industry that promotes that it is great for us? I'll say it again. Is milk really that great for us, or is it just a billion-dollar industry that promotes that it is great for us? So just thinking back to the USDA and the board members that they have aligned to tell us what we should be eating in that food pyramid, which includes dairy. And remember, 6 of those people have direct correlation and financial gain from companies that would benefit from us eating those 3 servings of dairy a day. So you make the decision there. Number 2, do you see any other mammal on earth drinking milk after they're done breastfeeding? And some of you are thinking a cat right now, right? A cat will not be sucking on an udder of a cow. I can guarantee you that. I've never seen it. Someone might have photoshopped it on Google, but it has not happened in nature, I can tell you. Ask any farmer. It just doesn't happen. The only reason a cat drinks milk is because what? A human gives it to it. So again, there is no mammal that operates in the world and drinks milk from another mammal after it's weaned itself. So we have to begin, again, to question. Nature shows us clues every day, and we've gotten so busy and we've gotten so dependent on other people for information that we have trusted maybe not some of the wisest recommendations, and I don't think it was ill given to us. I don't think that it was evil, but I definitely think we've gotten in such a rut of moving along so fast that we have just trusted too much and not questioned. So again, look at nature and see what it's showing us in answers in regards to dairy. And do you see any other mammal drinking milk from another mammal after it's done weaning? Question number 3, and one of the most important. We only talked about one element, which is the RBGH, which is the drug given to increase milk production. What the heck else is in that milk that you aren't being told by commercials, by your doctor, by any health professional, by a teacher, a professor, a scientist? It doesn't matter. What else is in that milk that not only you, but your children are drinking? That is the most important question. And that is why I encourage you to read the rest of this blog post, because the rest of this blog post is going to share more about my story, and it's going to share more about what is possibly in your milk that is causing massive allergies. I did say it. Yes, allergies. I know you're thinking milk allergies. How does that work? But that's going to be one of the critical points that I'm going to talk about, because once I found out this information, it was about 10 or 11 years ago. My allergies went from massive, Allegra every day, Flonase nasal spray every day, and miserable every day, Kleenex everywhere every day. I went from that to 15 days later with this information I'm going to share with you, and I had no allergies whatsoever, and they have yet to return in 11 years. So definitely stay tuned. This is Charlotte Patrick at Healthy Lifestyle and Spirit. I appreciate you so much, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye for now.